Students, I'm Ravi Verma and this is the sixth video, sixth part of the first chapter of biology for class 9th from your NCERT textbook. And the title of the chapter is the fundamental unit of life. The fundamental unit of life, that is the cell. So in the previous video, that is in the fifth part of this chapter, we have discussed about the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. So in this video, we are going to start with another cell organelle, that is lysosomes. And we will also cover the vacuoles and mitochondria. So we are going to cover three cell organelles, that is lysosome, vacuoles and mitochondria. Okay, so let's start discussion of lysosomes. So dear students, in the previous part we have discussed about endoplasmic reticulum, that is ER, and then Golgi apparatus. Okay, and then comes the lysosome that we are going to discuss in this video. So what are lysosomes? Actually, lysosomes are small vesicles, small membrane bound vesicles, which are filled with some digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes means some hydrolytic enzymes. Okay, so these are small membrane bound vesicles, right, which contain a solution, a mixture of different digestive or hydrolytic enzymes, and these hydrolytic enzymes can digest many type of biological materials present inside the cell or which are brought inside the cell from outside. Okay, so now how the lysosomes are formed, where do they originate? So you know that all the proteins are formed on endoplasmic reticulum. So the proteins are formed on endoplasmic reticulum. You know that all the enzymes are proteins. Okay, so these enzymes are produced on endoplasmic reticulum, then they are sent to Golgi apparatus, and from Golgi apparatus they come in the form of a vesicle. So they are packed in small vesicles. So what we can say, that the vesicles originating on Golgi apparatus, right? There are many vesicles originated on Golgi apparatus, but some of them are lysosomes. So we can say that lysosomes are produced from Golgi apparatus. So once again, let me summarize that lysosomes are membrane bound vesicles containing hydrolytic enzymes. Okay, and these enzymes are actually produced on endoplasmic reticulum, then sent to Golgi apparatus for modification, and in Golgi apparatus they are packed into small vesicles, and these vesicles are called lysosomes. Okay, now what is the function of lysosome? So the function of lysosomes are three. First is lysosomes digest and clean up any foreign material or food entering into the cell by endocytosis, that we have already discussed. Okay, so one function is to digest the foreign materials. The second function, they also digest or degrade the old damaged organelles inside the cell. So if there are some cell organelles inside the cell which have become very old, which are not working properly, which are not functioning properly, right? So these are also degraded by the lysosomes. Okay, and after degradation, the simple materials which are produced, they are used as a nutrient by the cell. Next, during the disturbance in the cellular metabolism, the third function we are discussing. Now we are discussing the third function. So if there is disturbance in the metabolism of cell, that is called cellular metabolism. For example, when cell gets damaged, okay, so when the cell gets damaged, or because of any other function, because of any other reason, if the cellular metabolism get disturbed, then the lysosomes may burst and release the enzymes into the cell cytoplasm, and these enzymes digest their own cell. So this is why the lysosomes are called suicidal bags of the cell. So once again, let's summarize the three functions. First function, to digest any external material, to digest any external material. Suppose this is the cell and something is brought into the cell, then to digest this external material. Or if there are old cell organelles, then to digest the old cell organelles is also its function. And another function is to digest the whole cell, that is to do suicide. So this is why it is called suicidal bag. Okay, now let's move on to the next cell organelle, that is vacuoles. So what are vacuoles? So dear students, you know that in our home there are storage houses. So whenever we have something extra, whenever we have some particular material, some objects in extra amount, right, then we generally keep them in storage houses, right, in storage boxes. So dear students, exactly in the same manner, cells also have their own storage houses, right, or storage sacks. They are called vacuoles. So the storage sacks of the cells are vacuoles. So these, what do they store? They store solids or liquid contents. Means if some solid or liquid material need to be stored inside the cell, then they will be stored in vacuoles. So what are vacuoles? What is their structure? How is their structure? The vacuoles are small sized, right? Generally more in number in animal cells, while in plant cells they have only a few large vacuole, one or two. Okay, so they are small membrane bound storage sacs. In animal cells there may be a number of vacuoles but very small in size, but in plant cells there are one or two very large and prominent vacuoles present inside the plant cell. Okay, now actually the plant cells may have a central vacuole. They have a central vacuole, right, which may occupy up to 50 to 90% of the cell volume, right, and the material which is filled inside the vacuoles is called cell sap, which provide turgidity and rigidity to the cell. What is turgidity? Suppose this is a plant cell. Suppose this is a plant cell, right? This is a plant cell. Okay, and at the center there is a vacuole. So the vacuole, when the vacuole is fully filled with some liquid, some water, extra amount of water is filled inside the vacuole, then it puts a pressure on the cytoplasm. This is called turgid pressure. This is called turgid pressure. So because of this, the cell gets swelled up to its fullest extent, right? So it is filled up to its fullest volume, means maximum volume, right? So this is called turgidity. This is called turgidity. So when something is swollen, right, it is called turgid. So this is called turgidity. So when the vacuoles are filled with the cell sap, okay, they provide turgidity to the cell. Okay, next is what are the materials which are stored in the vacuoles? These are amino acids, sugars, various organic acids, and some proteins. So let us summarize what are vacuoles. Vacuoles are small, vacuoles are vesicles, not small, but vacuoles are vesicles which are membrane bound, and they are storage sacs, storage houses of the cell. They store solids and liquids. They store amino acids, sugars, various organic acids, and proteins. In animal cells there are many but small vacuoles, but in plant cells there are one or two central and large vacuoles, right? So sometimes these central vacuoles of the plant cell may occupy even 50% or even up to 90% of the volume. Okay, and the most important thing, one important thing is that the membrane that is covering the vacuole is called tonoplast. Tonoplast. Okay, now let's move on to the next cell organelle, that is mitochondria. So here you can see this is the mitochondria. This is the diagram of mitochondria. So dear students, mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Why it is called powerhouse of the cell? Because it is involved in the process of generation of energy or releasing of energy from food molecules, and this energy is stored or captured in the form of adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP molecules. Okay, so let's understand yeah, in brief actually, let's understand how this all takes place. So first of all, understand the structure of the mitochondria. You see that the mitochondria is a rod shaped, or we can say oval shaped cell organelle, and it has two membranes. One is outer membrane or outer mitochondrial membrane, and another is inner. This is the inner one, so inner mitochondrial membrane. But you see that inner mitochondrial membrane is folded towards inside in foldings, finger like foldings. These finger like foldings are called cristae. Cristae, right? These are called cristae. And on the inner surface of the cristae, or on the inner surface of the inner mitochondrial membrane, you see, however they are not visible, but there are small particles known as ATPase, known as ATPase. They are also called elementary particle or F1 F0 particle, but better you note this name, that is ATPase. They are ATPase, right? So what happens during the respiration? You know that the process of releasing energy from food molecules is called respiration. So when the respiration is going on inside the cell, what happens that in the cytoplasm, glucose is broken down into smaller molecules known as pyruvic acid. Okay, then pyruvic acid enters into the mitochondria, right? And then further degradation goes on, further degradation of pyruvic acid goes on, and finally energy is released. There are a number of steps involved in this whole process. First process, conversion of glucose to pyruvic acid, is called glycolysis. Then inside the mitochondria there are 2-3 more very extensive processes, very large chain of reactions, we can say cycles of reactions, known as Krebs cycle and electron transport, right? So there is a whole complicated process by which glucose is degraded and energy is released inside the mitochondria. Okay, that we need not to go into the detail of that, but we should understand that glucose is broken down into pyruvic acid, and then pyruvic acid enters into the cell. Okay, and then further degradation goes on, and finally energy is produced, and that energy is converted into adenosine triphosphate, means that it is captured in the form of adenosine triphosphate molecules by the mitochondria, by these particles known as ATPase. So what happens actually inside the mitochondria, molecules known as adenosine diphosphate, right, ADP, are combined with phosphate group, right, phosphate group, and then converted into ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So the energy released due to breakdown of pyruvic acid is used for this reaction, means energy is used to attach ADP plus phosphate group to make ATP molecules, ATP molecules. Now these ATP molecules, the ATP molecules which are produced in mitochondria, are called energy currency of the cells. Why? Because ATP molecules then are distributed to the cell, then are transferred to the cell, and wherever there is a requirement of energy, there what happens, ATP breaks down into ADP plus phosphate group, right, plus phosphate. So in this process, the energy which was actually captured and stored in ATP is released. So this energy can be used by different processes of the cell and different processes of the cell, of the body, of the organism, right? So this is all about the functioning of mitochondria. So race twins, Here you can see, we can read this text also. What is written: mitochondria are rounded, oval, thread-like cell organelles bound by two membranes. The outer membrane is porous, means outer membrane is actually is very easily permeable, right? Very easily permeable by most of the things. But inner membrane is deeply folded and it is not easily permeable, right? It is folded into foldings known as cristae, which create large surface area for ATP synthesis. Okay, so the ATP synthesis takes place on inner mitochondrial membrane. What is the function of the mitochondria? It is written, the notes are written here. Mitochondria are known as powerhouse of the cell because mitochondria perform the function of cellular respiration, in which energy is released by oxidizing food molecules. This energy is stored in the form of adenosine triphosphate molecules. ATP is known as energy currency of the cell. The body uses energy stored in ATP for making new chemical compounds and for mechanical works. So this is all about the structure and function of mitochondria. Dear students, in the next video we are going to have one more video in which the remaining topics like cell division and cell division will be discussed, and a few more cell organelles if left will be discussed. And there will be one more video explaining all the NCERT solutions. Thanks for watching this video. And if you find this video suitable, if you find that this is going to help you, right, then please like it, and you may subscribe it also, subscribe to this channel also. Thank you.